Across the nation, Americans are celebrating 250 years of history. But the question now turns from where we've been to where we are going next. During his address to the country Saturday night, President Trump brought out the Artemis II crew, highlighting the astronauts who flew farther from Earth than any other humans have ever gone before. Beyond that milestone, attention is already turning to what comes next. So what does America's future in space look like?
Joining us now, former NASA astronaut Captain Winston Scott and former NASA rocket scientist and author of Answers Unleashed 4, Olympia LePoint. Great to have you, because this is truly also an important aspect of our future, the innovation. And President Trump was highlighting that, Captain Scott, during his speech, the Artemis II crew, and he praised NASA's achievements. So as we celebrate this historic milestone for our nation, what does this say, Captain Scott, about how far America innovation and leadership in space has come?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Happy 4th to you all, and thanks so much for having me on. Yes, it says quite a bit about America, where we are in space and what we're doing. You know, it was only a few years ago when we were beginning to languish in space, but we have an administration in place now, as you just said, that really sees the value of space and really supporting it. And that's illustrated by what we just saw with the Artemis II crew. And then the push for the moon base that's coming up, and then off to Mars and beyond that. You know, right at Kennedy Space Center last year, we launched over 100 space launches. And that's Kennedy Space Center alone, not across NASA as its entirety. But so there's so many things going on in space that are a testament to the leadership of America in space. And I hope we never relinquish that leadership. It's very, very important that we always maintain that leadership.
Olympia, I want to ask you about Mars. I mean, we're hearing this. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. I really have a two-sided question. One, how close are we realistically to getting a manned crew mission to Mars? And could this be done more effectively and efficiently in the private sector? Because, you know, as the captain said, I mean, administrations change, priorities change. Taxpayers could make a big argument that, hey, we don't need to spend billions on that. We've got people that are starving. But that said, is this a realistic possibility of happening, at least in our lifetime?
Well, happy 4th of July to everyone, and good morning. Our space program, NASA, is one of the most profound and most scientifically advanced organizations that there are on the face of the planet. The reason why I joined NASA is because NASA creates long-lasting, life-saving science innovations for the world. For example, a lot of people do not know that Mars was similar to the Earth years ago. And in one moment, everything changed. The climate changed, the temperatures changed, there was a lack of oxygen, there was extreme heat. The reason why there's a push for people to go to Mars today is to develop the science and technology needed to sustain human life on a changing planet. Now, how far are we away from that time period? It depends on what we're looking at developing. For example, in order to go to Mars, you have to develop what we call recyclable air and recyclable water, the very basic living conditions for humans to sustain their lives on either the moon or into deep space territory where it would take 9 to 10 months to travel to Mars. The second thing that you would have to do is create what we call a nuclear type of fusion propulsion system, because once you get to Mars, you have to keep things sustained for long periods of time with energy. So there has to be a way to sustain the energy and the hubs and the programs that exist. And then thirdly, what you'd have to do is create a way to be able to shield from cosmic radiation. A lot of people don't know that once you go into deep space, that cosmic radiation can cut through a rocket, and it can cut through human DNA, so humans are affected from that. So in this process of developing the science and innovation for going into these long-range programs like in distances to Mars, the science and innovation is going to take a team of people to create the solutions, not only to go to Mars, but to take it back and bring those solutions here back on Earth.
What a great perspective, Olympia. And to be clear, though, Mars, the change millions and millions and millions of years ago, it wasn't like it was in the 70s. Right? It's a long time.
It was
all right.
3 billion. 3 billion.
Okay, billions.
Years
Good.
ago.
All right. Just wanted to clarify. All right. Olympia LePoint, great to see you. Captain Winston Scott, always great to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.